Well, after 9 weeks of talking about spending, I'm finally going to spend the last 3 weeks talking about taxation. In other words, how do we get the money that we now spent 2/3 of the class talking about how we're going to spend it? If anything, it sort of reflects me as a professor, what my what I think that we know the least about. I think we know a lot more about how to tax things than how to properly spend things. But again, that's my take on things. Um, the chapter 18 just deals with in general about our tax structure. The fact that we have um, personal taxes, corporate taxes, and some extent of excise taxes and payroll taxes. Then we talk about the idea that we do tax reform every now and then. We'll talk about uh, mostly we'll talk about the Bush tax cuts in the early 2000s. The Trump administration also had tax cuts in 2017 or 18. It's so fresh that it's a little bit hard to talk about it, at least in the academic kind of way. But I'll at least add to the slides and talk about the Trump tax cuts as well. And then we add on to that chapter 20. And in chapter 20, we talk about the fact that, yes, we need to impose taxes to pay for everything. But every time we do impose taxes, it does create its own inefficiencies. So we then go into the research and talk about how we can try to reduce the inefficiencies that come from taxation, so that we can both pay our bills and stay as close to the efficient point as possible.